Hello and welcome back to awtoolbox.com. My name is Glenn Keller, and in this demonstration we have been walking through building up an environment using the Deployment Center software to install Teamcenter 2506 with the patch 0003. We have went through many of the components, the different settings that we need to set. We've done little architectural drawings. We're doing kind of a base install with some basic applications and features just to kind of get the core of Teamcenter installed and what's available. So far we've got 100% in all of our objects that we're installing. And what we're doing in this video is we're just adding a couple of extras. So once you're here and we're in our installation, our goal at the end of this first deployment is going to be to have, always draw that arrow first, is going to be to have Teamcenter set up. So the goal is going to be to have a TC root, a TC data, a populated database, a volume, and some type of a client. And that client is going to be called the rich client. If you're new to Teamcenter, this is a heavy client. It's installed right on the server. Typically, it's only used by heavy admins, super users, and it's really fading out as more and more features move into active workspace. But it is a client that works, and it is something that we typically still install for all of our admins. You will also have a CMD out of the get-go. So because I don't have a 4-tier architecture set up yet, even though we've went through some of the motions in the setup, Active Workspace isn't quite going to work at the end of this deploy yet, and we'll have to get to that next. So the goal is to get that rich client or CMD in order for us to interact. And there's also an administrative tool called a Business Modeler IDE, but we'll handle that when we get into the Business Modeler IDE itself. So in here, because I want this installed here, I'm just going to hit the plus button up across the top. And inside of the resulting list, you get all of these additional things that you could install in the system. So I'm going to come in and I'm just going to grab a rich client. You can see there's Business Modeler IDEs, external LDAPs in case you're doing single sign-on, load balancing for FSCs, multi-site. There's just so many options. In this case, I'm going to do a 2-tier rich client. And 2-tier just simply means that it's going to connect without the web tier. So I don't need all that extra setup to get it to work. I'm going to say update selected object or component. And then with that update selected component, it should give me a new entry in my selected components list. If I scroll up or down, notice everything's still at 100% because it's inherited some of the components. But if I look, the rich client 2-tier is sitting right here. And you can see it's actually requesting to know where it's going to be installed. In this case, it's right with the corporate server. But you could enable it, and which we will at a later time, to do a mass client deploy. We have videos on this in 2412. But the mass client deployment is going to be the option that you can go in and set it up to where it can be installed on 100 different machines. Note that if you're going to do this, you do need your system set to distributed in order for it to generate the correct scripts. So for now, 2-tier is going to be sitting right here on the server. We'll leave that off. The TC root, that's just going to be installed right along with our other TC root. And then it needs a temporary runtime folder, or it will select one for you. I could do C temp if I wanted to. I'm just going to leave it blank and let it select. Is this a single server? Absolutely. And then what do you want it to say in the login to connect to the system? So I'm going to say this is the Teamcenter training environment, and you'll see this in the dropdown when you're going to log in. If you have multiple environments, then a tag will help you discern between them. And then if you have any applications that are supported for this that you want to add in, notice I don't, you could select them here. And then you could also enable the online help if you wanted, and that's just a URL. So if you have the online help installed and set up, you could point to that. I'm going to uncheck the help. We'll add that in later. I'm going to go ahead and say save component settings at this point, and I have officially created everything that I need. So I have fully fleshed out my Teamcenter environment. That's very basic. Now we will add a whole bunch of stuff to this. And you could have added all those things that I'm going to add already. But when you are ready, go to the Deployment tab across the top here, and then hit Generate Install Scripts. And this is basically where Deployment Center is all standalone up until this point. Once the Generate Install Scripts runs, it will package everything up that you set, put it into a directory that's time date stamped for you, and then you can go and get those and take them to the associated servers. It provides a whole bunch of information here, a full overview of what's all being generated. I can see the deployment overview. I can scroll down. I can see what it generated, what's all in that component. And then it will also give me the fact that it took a snapshot of my environment. So it basically took a snapshot of the configurations in these 2 pages. And then down below, here are the deploy instructions for actually going in and deploying everything. So in the next demonstration, we're going to go through and we're going to execute on this deployment. And we're going to see how it can be deployed out, what it takes, run it in the command prompt, let it run, and then we'll validate that Teamcenter can connect after the fact or troubleshoot anything that arises.